Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ashland High School. It's a girls-boys varsity soccer doubleheader. We're getting things started off with the girls of Ashland taking on the Hopkinton Hillers. Tom Nappy on the call. You are watching varsity soccer on WACA-TV in Ashland or HCAM television in Hopkinton. As both teams are out on the field, we'll take a look at the starters. Let's take a look at the Ashland starters. Olivia Green getting the start for Ashland, wearing number 1. Alicia Mazurik wearing number 2. Jess Bredden wearing number 6. Lexi Fahey wearing number 10. Emily Lang wearing number 11. Erica Hicks wearing number 13. Maddie Zelliff wearing number 14. Sydney Jablonski wearing number 16. Allie Flaherty wearing number 17 as we are underway here at Ashland High School. It is a gorgeous afternoon to start off this doubleheader. And then the two other starters, Kaylee Hennessy, a junior forward wearing number 20, and number 21, Lily Fuller, rounds out the Ashland starting 11 as the Hillers in their green jerseys, white numbering lettering, white trim down the side, Ashland in their white jerseys with the navy blue numbering. As that one is out of bounds on the near side. Let's take a look at the Hillers starters. Corrine Messier wearing number 1, Emily Hoffman wearing number 2, Isabel Giordano wearing number 4, Megan Mastrangelo wearing number 5, Shannon Finnegan wearing number 10, Gabby Welding wearing number 11, Kate Welzell is the goalkeeper wearing number 15, Karen Boyce wearing number 17, as this is deep into Hillers territory and it's scooped up. Emma Lacascio wearing number 18, Maya Zent wearing number 19, Megan Conti is wearing number 20. For the Hopkinton Hillers. Both teams in the race to try to grab some points to get a postseason berth. Hillers just got a big win against Medway High School in their last home game, or excuse me, Westwood High School rather. As that is out of bounds on the throw-in. And that went off of Zelliff. Is now set to throw it in for the Hillers on the near side, Emily Hoffman. Hoffman throws it off the head of Messier. Messier and Mazurik to battle on the near side, and that is out of bounds here on Ashland. Hoffman on the throw-in. And she got it in towards Megan Conti, who had that winning goal against Westwood in the Hillers' 1-0 victory. Hoffman set to throw it in. Already a tough physical game being played between these two teams. As now Ashland will throw it in. It's Lily Orr, the Ashland goaltender, Kate Welzell, the Hillers goaltender. And another ball out of bounds. Ashland is 1-4-4 on the season. The Hillers 2-5-2. Jess Bredden now at the midfield as Ashland tries to work their way into Hillers territory up the far side, and that was out of bounds off of Gabby Welding. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing two teams that are playing man-to-man. Possession's really just going back and forth. As here comes Ashland in the Hillers territory. It's Kaylee Hennessy on the far side. She's trying to center it up. That was put out of bounds by Shannon Finnegan. It's a corner kick for the Clockers. Corner kick from the far side. A nice one right in the box. And that was Lexi Fahey looking for the shot. Good defense by the Hillers. Shannon Finnegan clears it out. Header by Messier. Back towards center field. Now moving up is Giordano. And we'll give it a boot up into the Clockers' box, and it will be cleared out by Orr. She'll just give it the roller to Jablanowski. The attempted pass put out of bounds by Corrine Messier. Jablanowski on the throw into Zelif. Mastrangelo with the pass for the Hillers, taken back by the Clockers as Flaherty was there. Fahey leaves it back for Lang. Lang looks towards the near side, gets it off to Zelif. Zelif defended by Boyce. Back down to Fahey. And now out of bounds off of Zelif. Hillers throwing. As Green got it up into Hillers territory. Hoffman gave it the boot. And now down into the Hillers defensive zone as Hoffman will put it out of bounds. Here comes the throw in for Zelif. Zelif into the Hillers box, and that is back out of bounds. Just before the corner, throw in for Ashland. Zelif cleared out by Conti. Header by Mazurik. Near side, Zelif looking for it, a little too wide. Hillers get the throw in. Hoffman on the throw in. Battle on the near side is Jablanowski going for it. Now it's Zelif. Put back out of bounds. In control. Fahey centers it up for Hicks. And we get a whistle. Free kick is coming for the Hillers. Free kick taken by Conti. That went off of Jess Bredin. And now up into the Hillers zone goes Hoffman. Orr will come out and scoop it up. Orr set to clear it away. That's off of Lang. Coming down is Braden. Back to the center circle, Fahey. Tripped up. Fahey draws the contact with Shannon Finnegan. Free kick for Ashland. Just underway here at Ashland High School. A little less than 8 minutes in to the first half. Out in front was Hoffman. Back-to-back header. Second header by Zelif, and now on the corner, and that is just wide to the right. Melzell will clear it away. Both these teams very well coached. Ashland led by head coach Tracy Sipniewski. Hillers led by first-year head coach Renee Hillbrunner. As now trying to take control is Fahey and puts it in towards the goal area. Melzell will scoop it away. Gives it a long boot past midfield. On the near side is Messier. Ends up out of bounds. Here comes the Hillers throw-in. Actually, a free kick here is Megan Conti. Will put it right into the goal area, and Orr will scoop it up. Good angle on that kick by Conti. So here they come down the far side. Back into Ashland territory. Mastrangelo trying to move it. Giordano along the far sideline. That's put out of bounds. Throw in for the Hillers. And you'll notice the Ashland Clockers wearing pink in respect for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You'll see some pink around the field today. Battle along the far sideline. There's Mastrangelo trying to set up Giordano. And now a long boot, just wide to the left off Orr's hands. It was Carolyn Boyce on the kick. Now Lily Orr, the goalkeeper, cleared it out off the body of Lang. Tripped up Hiller. Play continues. Nice job by Conti maintaining possession. Clockers now trying to drive back down into Hiller territory. Set up out in front for Fahey. Mastrangelo now along the sideline, Welding, put out of bounds. Ashland throwing. Excuse me, Hiller's throwing. Header towards midfield. There's Hoffman. Header on the center circle by Lang for Ashland. Mastrangelo establishes some control, gets it up to Halloran, the sophomore. Halloran, a call-up from the JV squad. Has showed off some great talent so far. As Conti was trying to set it up in the box. Clockers back in control. Towards midfield, Mastrangelo. And a free kick coming. This time for the Ashland Clockers. Set to give it the boot is Jess Braden. Long boot up to Hicks. Top of the arc, Fahey. Fahey will unleash the shot. There was a whistle prior. It was wide to the left. And they're going to retrieve the ball. And Wilzell will put out in front of the arc for the free kick by Shannon Finnegan. Finnegan, a liner towards midfield to Mastrangelo. Hillers racing back into Clocker territory as Conti gets it up in the zone on the corner of the box. Messier. A slide by Mazurik puts it out of bounds. Throw in for Ashland, Bree Rodriguez. Now it'll be a Hillers throw in. The sideline very close to the track here. So you'll see throw-ins coming from that track area as Boyce gets it in. A header from Mazurik. Clear to the near side by Lang. Footer by Hicks. Turns around, gets it back towards midfield. Finnegan. And now Rodriguez takes it away. Rodriguez down to Hennessy. Hennessy around Hoffman, out of bounds. Ashland throwing. Here comes the throw-in for the Clockers. Sydney Jablanowski. Got it towards Conti. Kick back up by Rodriguez. In the neutral zone now, Jess Rodriguez. Here's Cameron Boyce. Top of the circle is Braden. To the far side now to Flynn. And And that'll end up out of bounds. Off a Hiller, Ashland throw-in. Almost 15 minutes into this first half now. It's been really a back and forth possession battle. Both teams have that similar aggressive style as Rodriguez and Boyce do battle near the sideline. Ends up out of bounds. Jablanowski will throw it in for Ashland. Rodriguez back to Jablanowski. Towards the Hillers box, put out by Finnegan. Ashland throw in, Bree Rodriguez. It's it right into the box. The Hillers stacking that box, making sure Ashland doesn't get any shots off as Welding will chase it down. And that's what the Hillers did such a good job of against Westwood, was just stacking the box. And now this one is into the goal area, but Zell's there to scoop it up. Zell gives it a long kick up to midfield off of Mazurik. Jess Rodriguez down the near side, out of bounds. Hillers throw in Emily Hoffman. On the near side, Hubner trying for the center up. Birchman leaves it on the far side for Giordano, who lost her footing a little bit. Pellegrini's there. Ends up out of bounds. It's going Hiller's way. Throwing up the sideline, a pair of headers. There's 4 headers in a row there. Good volley going on. Cleared back towards midfield, towards Pellegrini. Pellegrini up against Giordano. Welding up the sideline. Hoffman gets it over to Birchman. Birchman being heavily covered as Jess Rodriguez on coverage is tripped up. And now Pellegrini down the far sideline for Ashland. And that ends up out of bounds. Lost her balance a little bit. A Hiller's throw-in, Isabel Giordano. Along the sideline off of Halloran. This is down the sideline. Pellegrini. Giordano was tripped up. Pellegrini could not get a handle on it. But in either case, it will be a corner kick for the Clockers. Jess Rodriguez from the far side. A 5 p.m. start here for this game as this is in the box. Dangerous territory. The turnaround and the shot is wide to the right by Kiara Flynn. Nice job by the Hillers getting the sweeper and a pair of defenders in front of her, throw off the balance. That's what the Hillers do so well. They have really defended well in the box. And the results have certainly showed that as of late, as Megan Conti set to boot it upfield. Off the foot of Horning. Now out in front as the chase down. Rodriguez catches up with it. In front of the box now to the turnaround. Centered it up. And there is Finnegan to clear it away. Clockers still have it deep into Hiller's territory. Giordano gets it out of the danger zone. On the far side, Flynn up against Halloran. Out in front of the box. Cleared up field by Conti. Back to midfield. Now come the Hillers. Hubner was looking for the break there. Hoffman That one's off of Bree Rodriguez. Back towards midfield. Played by Jablanowski. Near side, Hubner. Back to Birchman. A pass over to the near side to Boyce. Boyce, some good footwork. 2 defenders on her now, and it's taken away by Bree Rodriguez. Rodriguez down to Hicks. Hicks covered by Hoffman. Hoffman will put it off of... We'll put it out of bounds, rather. So will be an Ashland throw-in. Jablanowski will throw it in. Sydney Jablanowski. A junior defenseman. Both these teams with a lot of versatility. They'll move players all around the field. So you can't really take too much toll into a lot of the positions of these players. As Mazurek puts it down into Hiller's territory, cleared up by Hoffman. Back to midfield, Hubner. Hubner tripped up, no whistle, Mazurek. Zent centers it up for Hubner. Hubner leaves it back for Conti. Taken away by Mazurek. That is off of Finnegan. Finnegan now up against Mazurek. Mazurek passed down, but Emily Hoffman is there. Now back towards midfield. Up the far side, it's Allie Flaherty. Hillers take it back. Looking for the center up and trying to put it in the box. That was Halloran. Front of the arc is Hennessy. Back down towards midfield. And you could tell these two schools, good rivals. A lot of tough physical play going on so far. You'll pretty much see that in really any soccer game involving these TVL teams. Now along the far side. Put back out of bounds. Hiller's throwing. This Ashland facility here at the high school, relatively new, as there was a big collision with Welzell and Conti. They cleared it out of the danger zone. Throw in for Ashland. Throw in by Orr. Header by Fahey. Fahey played it off her body there. Put back up by Lakasha. Boot towards the far side. The footer by Birchman. Or trying to clear it down. Fahey was trying to get it around the defender. Giordano on the throw-in. Flynn along the far side, surrounded by Hillers. That's back out of bounds. Throw-in for Ashland. And there's a timeout on the field as both teams will talk things over. About 17 minutes left to go in the first half. It's been a pretty tough and physical game so far between these two TVL rivals. And both coaches really going to try to establish how can they get a good shot off, as we have not seen too many shooting totals so far. Ashland with a pair, the Hillers with one on net. But both defenses playing very well out there so far. And we'll see who can gain that upper edge in the box. And I think what's going to be key is trying to stack the box with offensive players. Because what's happening, at least for Ashland's sake, is the Hillers, they got 5 or 6 just hanging back in that box once Ashland gets into the Hillers zone, and they're ready for it. They'll go with the attack, and then they'll quickly rush back towards the box. As here we come off the timeout. Throwing along the far side, out of bounds. Hillers ball, Giordano. That one's booted back out. Giordano will do it again. On the far side, back and forth. There's Birchman. That one's out of bounds, off of Welding. Throw in for the Clockers. Kiara Flynn on the throw-in, a header towards the sideline. Lang got a foot on it. Near side, Jablinowski. Pass to Zelif. Zelif and Zent doing battle near the sideline, and Zent gets the advantage. Hillers throw-in. Excuse me, Ashland throwing. Thought that might have went off of the Clocker defender last. Or a free kick, rather, due to the contact. So there was a whistle there for the tripping. Braden into the box. A header by Conti. Up towards midfield now. Mazurek trying to get it back down. Now in control, Rodriguez. A pair of Rodriguez's on Ashland. Along the far side is Hampson out of bounds. Nice move as she puts it off of Welding. Jess Rodriguez and Bree Rodriguez. So you'll hear the name Rodriguez a lot on the Ashland Clockers, as both are very good players. In front of the arc, turnaround by Jess Rodriguez. Along the far side, kept in by Flynn. Couple substitutions for the Hillers. They're going to bring in 4. And with the way that these two teams are playing, with the aggression really all over, this is going to be a tiresome game. But when you have this kind of matchup with these two tough teams, that's how you got to play if you want to come out with the W, as that's off the head of Anderson. Throw in Hillers, Giordano. Along the far sideline is Anderson trying to square it up. Back out of bounds off a Clocker. $13:50 and counting left to play in the first half. A scoreless game between the Ashland Clockers and Hopkinton Hillers. As there's Conti. Conti passed down to the near side of Zent. Conti along the sideline up against Jablinowski. Had no choice but to put it out of bounds there. Sydney Jablinowski on the throw-in. Jablinowski, Zelif matched up against Zent. As Kraft was there. Now coming down Hennessy. Mastrangelo takes over for the Hillers. Giordano. Cleared out by Braden. Down the far side. Some big collision by Lakasha and Pellegrini for Ashland. Ashland throwing. Kept it along the far side. It's Elena Pellegrini. Looking to center it up, back out of bounds it goes. Another Ashland throw-in. Kiara Flynn. That one's off of Lind. Throwing once again, Jablanowski. At the corner of the box. There's Messier up against Flynn. Back into the Hillers' defensive zone. And a whistle will blow. The Hillers are going to have the free kick. Free kick was a beauty. There's Shannon Finnegan. Back at midfield now. Jess Rodriguez driving into Hillers territory. Puts it in the goal area. Well, Zell come out of net and scoop it up as Pellegrini was approaching. Well, Zell gives it the boot. Header by Zelif. There's another header by Fahey. Along the far side, Hennessy. Down the sideline, Giordano. Back and forth battles all game long. There's Jess Rodriguez. Still inbounds along that far sideline, is now centered up to Fahey. Fahey with Mastrangelo all over, will pass it back. Giordano back towards midfield. Horning plays it with her body. In front of the arc now. And some good contact by Pellegrini trying to get around the defenders. Finnegan was there. Finnegan and Lakasha. This has been a fun one. Some great physical battles going on. Back into Ashland territory as they play it off their defensive zone. Near side, Jablanowski with Kraft on coverage. Hillers throw in. Maya Zent. Oh, excuse me, Ashland throw-in. Jablanowski. And Jablanowski will switch it up. She's going to have the sub come in. Lily Fuller. Lily Fuller, junior defenseman. Off of Zelif, out of bounds. Emily Hoffman for the Hillers. Header by Hennessy. There's a header by Jess Rodriguez. As Julia Kraft was trying to get around the defenseman, they get it out of their zone. Strangelo, Giordano racing up the far side. Pass up to Anderson. Now stolen back by Flynn. Along the sideline and out. 8:56 and counting left to play here in the first half. A scoreless game as the sun starts to set here at Ashland High School. Double header scheduled for tonight. Boys game will take place after this one. And this is into the box, out in front. Looking for the shot was Zent, and she was able to put it right in towards the goal area, but right to the direction of Lily or the goalkeeper. Emily Hoffman on the throw-in as the Hillers keep on attacking. And now a pass up to Kraft. And taken away by Mazurek, who will clear it towards the sideline. Hillers throw-in, Maya Zent. There's a header by Mazurek. Zent will do it again. Mazurek getting in there as she need the ball in front of Anderson. Nice job. Good aggression by Alicia Mazurek. come the Clockers, trying to get back into Hiller's territory. Hiller's winning the possession battle in the last few minutes. Or the territory war, I should say. We have two players that had a pretty big collision. That'll draw a whistle. It was Emma Lakasha for the Hillers in on the collision, as she collided with Jess Rodriguez. Here comes the free kick from the 40-yard line, right into the Hillers box. Nice job by the sweeper with the header. Shannon Finnegan. And there's a player tripped up along the sideline. Megan Anderson getting a little physical there. I believe that's Lexi Fahey who will have the free kick, and it is. And the officials pushing the Hillers back from out in front, making sure they're the proper distance away. Fahey, see if she tries to air it out or maybe pass it back. And she's going to air this one out, and it's wide to the left. So Wilzell will get to clear it away for the Hillers. And she has been a very reliable goaltender for these Hopkinton Hillers all season long. Earlier in the season, the Hillers were really having a tough time in their defensive zone, and she came through on numerous occasions. But now the Hillers, they have, as of late, they have played very good defensive soccer. The boot up by Conti. Played off of Kraft. Zelif. Ashland trying to maintain control. Hennessy near side to Fuller. Fuller down the sideline of Zelif. Zelif trying for the center up in the danger zone. A boot over the defender, but was not able to get much on it. Nice job getting that shot off, though, but Giordano was out in front. That was Lexi Fahey on the shot. Up by Finnegan. Momentum has certainly shifted back and forth in this match as Giordano gets it over to the far sideline. You gotta look out for Fahey. She certainly has some good moves with the ball for Ashland. Fahey with the header. Boot up by Finnegan. Now on the corner is Hennessy. Hennessy centers it up, looking for Fuller. Fuller on the near side, down to Zelif. Zelif surrounded by Zent, as well as Hoffman. Hoffman takes over and will put it out of bounds. Lily Fuller on the throw-in for Ashland. Around 4 minutes left in the half. Scoreless game. The Hillers doing some substitutions, getting the two sophomores in there, Kate Hubner, Caitlin Halloran, who since coming up from the JV squad have been key elements of this team. As Horning trying to get through a pair of Hillers. Taken back by Conti. Conti puts it up towards midfield. Halloran into Ashland territory. Hubner trying to race to it as Fuller's going to put it out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Missouri putting it out of bounds. A Hillers throw-in. Maya Zent out in front. Footer by Hubner. Header by Conti. In the box and cleared away by Flynn and out. Hillers throw-in. Good attack by the Hillers. Zent trying to get around Fuller. These Clockers defenders, they're getting right in the face of these Hillers, though. They're not giving them any free lanes to the attacking zone. Mazurik back down the near side of Hicks. That's put out by Conti. Throw in for Maddie Horning. They're going to switch it up. Lily Fuller. Fuller down to Grassberger. Physical play is Halloran. Passes over to Mastrangelo, and Mastrangelo is pushed down hard by Hennessy. That's going to draw a kick. She might get a warning over that one, too. Yep, a little talking to from the official. Saying, if you do that again, I'm going to give you a yellow card. That's what happens when you have these tough physical games, though. Sometimes you'll get a little frustrated and give a little push. Conti from the center circle. Good flight. Into the box, or is out of the net. Cleared down by Fuller. Along the sideline and out of bounds. Hoffman on the throw-in for the Hillers. Header by Hubner. Back towards midfield now. Lakasha. Off of Conti. Hoffman. Good defense. Flaherty takes over. Tripped up. Was able to get it off, but Halloran's there. Conti off the body of Bredin. Back towards midfield. Rodriguez. Over to the near side. Zent. Back to Hoffman. Throw in for Ashland, Lily Fuller. 2 minutes left to go in the half. Fuller off of Conti. Footer by Zen out of bounds. Throw in Horning. Right corner is Rodriguez. He's trying to get it off of Hoffman. That's out. Hoffman throwing for the Hillers. Up the near sideline, played off the body of Horning. And some contact there. We're in injury time. Now, free kick for the Ashland Clockers. It's Jess Braden. Braden will put it into the box, and the kick gets wide to the right. Good shot on net, but just wide. And it must have went off the side of her foot. She had to react real quick. That was Emily Lang. As the half comes to a close, it's a scoreless game between the Ashland Clockers and the Hopkinton Hillers. A good aggressive battle going on between two very good teams. We shall see who will emerge in the final 40 minutes. Coming up next on WACA-TV in Ashland or HCAM Television in Hopkinton. We are set for the second half, a scoreless game between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. As the Clockers will start off with control, moving right to left across your screen. As Braden on the near side gets it up the sideline towards Hicks. It's Giordano out in front as Hicks centers it up. Finnegan puts it back towards the center circle. It was an aggressive first half between these two teams. They went back and forth throughout much of the half. A lot of momentum shifts. Some great physical play on both sides. This one I think is going to come down to the wire as Mastrangelo centers it up for Conti. Conti on the chase down. Gets it far side Hoffman. Hoffman towards the arc off of Halloran. Header by Mastrangelo. On the far side, Zent. Up the sideline, a Hoffman. There's Hubner. Hubner to Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo trying to get down to the corner as Flaherty will play it upfield. Tripped up was Rodriguez. Throwing for Ashland. Flynn into Flaherty, and Flynn will give some good flight to this one up into Hiller's territory as LaCascia was trying to establish control. Fahey was there. Ended up out of bounds off of LaCascia. Allie Flaherty on the throw, and Tom Nappy on the call for Hillers and Clockers Soccer. Airing on HCAM Television in Hopkinton or WACA in Ashland. Breakthrough potential here as Hubner looking for the shot, or has to come out and scoop it up. On camera today, Mike Kapazovsky and Josh Carter. Here on a nice night at Ashland High School, Rodriguez. Played back by Welding, Halloran. Flynn over to the far side. Conti down to Hoffman and out of bounds along the sideline. Throwing towards Emily Lang. Halloran with the pass towards the sideline. Trying for the setup out in front, or will come out and scoop it away just before Halloran's able to get there. Simpson up the near sideline, kept in by Giordano. Out in front of Halloran, a little bit too wide as Flynn's out in front, or will chase it down as well, out of bounds. Set for the free kick. Olivia Green in net for Ashland. Green scoops it up. On the near side as Welding and Flaherty will bump off each other. Throwing for Flynn. LaCascia up the sideline. Giordano. Halloran. Centered by Rodriguez. Chased down on the far side. Looking for a shot from the corner. Fuller. Put out by the sweeper. There's Finnegan. Throwing along the sideline, bicycle kick by Finnegan. Header by Fahey. Puts it back out of bounds. Throwing for Fuller. Fuller into Rodriguez. Rodriguez is trying to get around there, ends up out on the Hillers. It's Conti on defense. Along the end line, out of bounds, the Hillers will get to clear it away. Just underway here in the second half, about 5 minutes in. Both teams have had some good attack opportunities. No real great shots on net, however. Towards center field. Played up by Mazurik. On the far side, Braden. Bump along the far sideline. Hiller's in control. Trying to move back into Ashland territory. They're not making it easy on them, that's for sure. And now out in front of Hubner, who's tripped up. And that is going to draw the free kick as Missouri got in her way. That's called preventative action by Missouri. And I think the official giving her a warning. Official talking it over. Saying, hey, can't push him from behind like that. Here we go, free kick for the Hillers. Megan Conti. Ashland is going to line up 6 near the box. Into the box, a header. Took it outside. As the Hillers working their way back in. Hubner, top of the arc. Hubner gets it over to Halloran. Halloran on the corner to Welding. Back up towards Mastrangelo. Halloran back into the box. That was off of Fuller. Fuller up against Conti along the sideline. They're looking for the center up there by Hubner. Ashland is 4-on-6 going upfield. Knocked back down by Finnegan. There's Welding. Near side, Giordano up against Grassberger. Flynn off of Finnegan. On the near side, Welding. Mastrangelo. Chasing it down. Hoffman will not get there in time. Hillers 2-4-4 heading into this one. Ashland 1-4-4. Very similar records. Both teams still very alive in their playoff chances. Hillers with 8 points. Ashland with 6. Need 20 to get in. Throw in from midfield. Battle along the center circle. Pass near side of Hampson. It's cleared back down. Bredden back into Hillers territory. Tripped up was Mastrangelo by Rodriguez. No whistle, of course not intentional there as Rodriguez was coming upfield. Flynn from the near sideline. Sails it back into Hillers territory. There's Lakasha. That was Conti. Header by Braden. And now is Rodriguez up against Mastrangelo. Back up towards midfield, Giordano. And now back up by Flaherty. Giordano out of bounds on the near side. About 10 minutes into the second half between Ashland and Hopkinton. Flynn will throw it in. Flynn off of Hennessy. That one's out of bounds. Giordano. Got a whistle here. Substitution for the Hillers. Here comes Cameron Boyce back into the game. Cross midfield. Flaherty. Rodriguez. Grassberger. And Zelif on the far side. Now Hoffman gets in. Knocks that one out. Nice job by Hoffman. Got that off of the clocker. There's a boot upfield by Fuller. Back into the circle, Halloran. Header by Boyce. Flynn. Good contact on the center circles. Finnegan got it back down. Coming up the near side is Hampson. Looking for the break out over to Bree Rodriguez. Sneaking up on her is Mistrangelo, and it's cleared away. In front of the arc. Pass down to the near side, no one there. Throw in for Flynn. Rodriguez. Side pass, Flaherty. Now it's Jablanowski. Hennessy. That one ends up out. I think she was looking for someone along the sideline there. Hiller's throwing. Oh, excuse me, Clocker's throwing. Could have sworn that was out on the Clockers. The official, of course, a much better view than we have. Up the sideline on the corner, and that's put out of bounds by the Hillers. Into the box, Rodriguez. You can tell she's looking for the turnaround as she tries to get around Finnegan. That's along the end line, out of bounds. He'll retrieve the ball, and Zell will get an opportunity to clear it away. Boot up midfield. We get a whistle. Free kick for the Hillers. That was Conti. Passed down by Anderson. Lakasha. That's up the sideline. Played off the body of Zelif. A race into Hiller's defensive zone. Turnaround pass by Finnegan is knocked out. About 26 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this match. There's a shot to the left side. Well, Zell nearly struggled with it. Cross midfield, Messier. Some pushing going on as Zent got the push from Zelif. That one put back out of bounds by Zent. And that is good job by Zelif trying to box out the defender. However, she couldn't keep it in. Here we go, cross midfield. Back into the defensive zone, out of bounds on the far side. Throwing for the Hillers. There's Hoffman. With the way this game's going, if this doesn't end in a tie, you'd think the next team that scores is going to walk away with this thing. It's just been back and forth the whole way out. Header by Mazurek, back out of bounds. Towards the box, that's cleared away. There's Braden. Now Giordano. Mastrangelo. Boyce. Up against Hampson. Good footwork by Boyce. Taken away by Hennessy. Now tripped up Rodriguez. That'll draw the kick. Drawing the contact with Cameron Boyce. Jess Braden will take the free kick. Braden. Right to the arc. It's a beauty. Header back out of the attacking zone. Mastrangelo. Looking to set up Anderson there. Flaherty. As she was coming up, whistle will blow. A free kick is coming for the Hillers. Conti will take it. It's a good one, right into the box. That'll get Green to come out of the net. She'll scoop it up. Along the far side. Played on the sideline by Hoffman. Knocked back down by Lakasha. Say Ashland's been winning the turf war throughout the beginning part of the second half, as we are just over 23 minutes left. Throwing for the Clockers. Right to the corner. There's no Clocker in sight as it's knocked back down by Lakasha. Zurich gets it to the near side. Now coming up is Flynn. Lakasha knocks it back down. Flynn gives it the right foot. Header by Lakasha. Welzell's out, scoops it up. Into the center circle. Tripped up was Mazurek. Nice job getting it away. Throw in for Ashland. Flaherty. Now taking over was Conti. Here come the Hillers. Giordano. Back down off of Flaherty. Out of bounds in front of Lang. Hillers throw in. Isabel Giordano. Header by Hampson. Boyce. There's the header by Mazurek. Lang was looking for someone near the sideline. Boyce got in her way. Giordano now coming down. Giordano looking for Anderson. Good move by Flaherty, knocking it out. Along the sideline, taken out by Flynn. Hiller's throwing. Boyce. Into the box. Pass back by Conti to Giordano. Giordano and Fahey getting a little physical there. That's going to draw a whistle. Free kick for Ashland. Just Braden. Braden, good flight. Right into Hiller's territory, but over to Lakasha. Ashland trying to get back in and pass up by Lang is denied. There's Flynn. Giordano on defense. And now the center up. And a long shot will be scooped up by Welzell. It was Lexi Fahey on the attempt. It's only the third shot on net in the game for Ashland. Lang is looking for someone on the far sideline. Ends about off of Hiller, throwing Simpson. Towards the corner, knocked back out. This time the Hillers have it. Mazurek sends it long. Below the halfway mark now in the second half. 19 minutes and counting left to go. Header by Rodriguez. Now along the far side. Out in front, Lakasha. That ends up out. Hiller's throwing. Hoffman got that one in. Flynn. Good pass around the clocker by Hoffman. Boyce now on the near side, down the sideline. Kiara Flynn there to collect. Giordano chases this one down and will put it around Hampson out of bounds. Hillers will have the throw in. Giordano. Header by Boyce. Playing it is Rodriguez. Near side of Hampson. Cleared back down by Giordano. Off of Mazurek. Header by Flynn. Messier. Over to the near side, Flynn. Up into Hiller's territory, Giordano up against Hicks, out of bounds. Ashland on the throw-in, Kiara Flynn. Header by Fahey to get it into the box, and she went up against Shannon Finnegan. Finnegan did the safe thing and knocked it out of bounds. Throwing for Ashland. In control, Lang on the corner, looking to center up someone, and Flynn boots that one away. I think she was looking for a shot and got diverted. Elzell will set up Shannon Finnegan to clear it away. And this is just continuing to go back and forth between these two teams. Great physical play, very good defense. And these two teams are both having trouble even getting in to the attacking area. Defense has just been phenomenal on both sides. Kiara Flynn on the throw-in. Trying to enter the attacking zone, and a collision there as Rodriguez had a big collision with Kasha. That ball was booted out of bounds on Ashland. Finnegan is set to clear it away. Finnegan down the far side. Header by Mazurek. Played off the chest of Fahey. That's put back out. Throwing for Ashland. There's Flynn on the throw-in, put back out. She'll do it again. Nice job by Flynn playing it with her body there. Strangelo got it down. He's looking for Messier. Here comes Mastrangelo. Taken back by Rodriguez. Mastrangelo, Giordano, Welding. Welding matched up with Hampson on the near side. Hiller's throwing. Giordano. There's a header. Messier. Now Hubner. Back to Welding. Played at midfield. Ashland continuing to look for a good opportunity here to get a few forwards in that box and try to get a shot off, but the Hillers defenders are playing well, but the pressure as of late has been pretty overwhelming. Hillers, they need to establish attack themselves if they want to get on the scoreboard. 13:38 and counting left to go. And of course, barring stoppage time. Battle along the far side. On the corner, centered up and wide to the right. There's Maddie Zelliff. Right now, Ashland's just trying to get any kind of opportunity they can to take the shot. They just have not been able to get one off really all night. That was a squared up shot as Finnegan will put it down the far sideline. But the Hillers, they have not gotten any shot off. They've just been totally shut out in their own territory in the last few minutes. But the defenders, fortunately for the Hillers, have played well as Messier coming down. Trying to get it out in front. Flynn was there for Ashland. She's looking for Hubner. A little miscommunication there. I think she expected Hubner to cross. Throwing Giordano. Played off of Mastrangelo. Now there's Finnegan. Mastrangelo. Giordano. Got the kick off of Pellegrini. Flaherty. There's Pellegrini for Ashland. Back to Flaherty. Tries to center up towards the arc. A header by Finnegan. And now coming through, Rodriguez. Looking for the long shot. Wide to the left. A few substitutions for the Hillers. We're going to give Finnegan and Hubner a rest. Welding and Lahai into the game. There's Lang. Trying to get it up towards Pellegrini. Flaherty was looking to set someone up in the box, and then Pellegrini sacrificed her body looking for that one, but was unable to keep it in bounds. Hillers will boot it away, Boyce. That's Finnegan. Finnegan off of Welding. Ashland still maintaining control in Hillers territory. I'm surprised that the Hillers, when they've had a number of those clearing opportunities, they just don't have Welzell give it a long boot downfield. She does have certainly a good leg on her. Flynn up back into Hillers territory. Pellegrini trying to get around Giordano. Out in front of the arc, Zelliff. Finnegan clears it out. Throw in on the far side. Hey, can you go get a boys roster? See if the coach has it. Throw back in along the far sideline. Some bumping going on by Fahey and Mastrangelo. Ends up back out of bounds. Zelif on the throw-in for Ashland. Header up into Hiller's territory as Finnegan clears it back towards midfield. Turnaround by Hicks into the box. Slow roller. Zell's there. Back into Hiller's territory. Hiller's throwing. Halloran looking to set something up in the box. This is first time in probably about 5 minutes the Hillers have had the ball in Ashland territory. At the top of the circle, down the far side, and that was out in front of Zent, unable to get a good control on it. 8:25 counting left to go in this game. Still scoreless between Hopkinton and Ashland. There's a throw-in along the far side. And this is going to be a free kick for the Hillers. Conti. There's Conti crossing it into the box and wide to the right. Ashland will get a chance to boot it back into Hopkinton territory. Olivia Green. Conti. Giordano. Down to Halloran. Rodriguez off the body of Welding. Welding was looking for Halloran. Back up by Flynn. Giordano. Now the Hillers starting to establish some control in the Ashland territory. Header by Finnegan. That was off of Rodriguez. Ashland is looking to set something up here. Hicks centers it up, top of the arc. There goes Hicks. Looking for the shot there, but number of blockers in front, including Lakasha and Giordano. Now on the near side, Flynn. Cleared away by Finnegan, out of bounds. You can tell this has been a bit of a tiresome game for these two teams. And a timeout is going to be taken, and I think that's a well-needed timeout. Timeout on the field, 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. It's a scoreless game between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. Throw in from the near side, 5:52 left, Allie Flaherty. Off the timeout. Out in front of the arc, Strangelo is trying to establish control. Conti in the scene as well. Coming down, Hoffman. Over the attempted header by Halloran. Out on the near side. And the pressure's on, you know, you're in the final 5 minutes. It's been a back and forth battle. Can any of these teams establish control and get that goal? Hubner. Down the near side and out. Kiara Flynn on the throw-in. That's out. Hiller's throwing. Giordano. We're in the final 5 minutes of the half as Hubner going for the breakaway. Surrounded by clockers. Halloran in the back. Good defense by Missouri. As Welding trying to get it back down. Ashland will get to clear it away. That was a nice job by Flynn. Missouri staying with it, not letting Hubner and Halloran get through. It was really a 2-2 battle. That was a great opportunity for the Hillers. Nice defensive effort. That one off of Bredin, free kick Hillers. Megan Conti. In Ashland territory. Put it back up towards midfield. Good collision in the center circle. Finnegan and Zelif. Bredin with Giordano all over. Lang. Mastrangelo. Halloran. That was an attempted pass to Hubner out of bounds on the near side. Throw in Giordano. Off of Halloran. Welding plays it off of Flaherty. And now break it through. Halloran. Can a Hiller get there? No. Green scoops it up. Pass up the far side. Gets away from Zelif. And the Hillers trying to establish control on the corner was Hubner and Halloran. Put back out. It was off Hubner, I believe, so Ashland will get to clear it away. Green. Up the far side. Halloran. Long boot right to Green. Good flight on that shot. Along the far side as Zent tries to establish control for the Hillers. Chased down by Zelif. Zelif up the sideline. Put back down by Finnegan and out. Clock stopped at 2:07. As we're set to enter the final 2 minutes, as well as stoppage time. Officials moving the varsity team back, who is the boys varsity team, who's along the sideline. They're getting ready to play next. Long boot into Hiller's territory. An opportunity here. Puts it in front of her while Zell's there. She could not quite get what she wanted on that one. The attempt was by Jess Bredin. Bredin trying to chase it down against Giordano. That's put out on Bredin. Giordano on the throw-in. Header along the near side. At midfield, Hubner. Bredin gets around. Out on the far side. Hiller's throwing. And that is out of bounds. And we are just about at stoppage time, coming to towards the end of this game. Can a last-minute miracle happen? On the near side, Welding. Put that off of Bredin. Halloran. Up to Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo passes it over towards the sideline. Cleared out in front by Jablanowski. It's 2-on-1. Hubner trying to clear it back. And now Conti will chase it down. She is there along the far sideline, surrounded by clockers. It's going Ashland's way. Excuse me, I misread the signal. Looks like it's going Hiller's way. Here we go, the throw-in. And that's put out. Ashland throwing. Free kick, rather. Here we go. We're in the final moments of this varsity soccer game between the Hillers and the Clockers. They're tripped up. He's going to draw a free kick. The illegal contact. And just before it, the whistle blows. And that will end it. We end in a 0-0 tie between the Ashland Clockers and the Hopkinton Hillers. 0-0. What a tough physical battle between these two teams. The Hillers are now 2-4-5. Well, the Ashland Clockers are now 1-4-5. So each team picks up a point. As once again, the final score between Ashland and Hopkinton is 0-0. We thank you for joining us for Ashland Clockers and Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Soccer on WACA out of Ashland and HCAM Television in Hopkinton. For Mike Kapslowski and Josh Carter on camera, I'm Tom Nappy, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.